Okay, today is Tuesday, January 14th. 1 week after having gone to the mission station, and naturally, me asking for the gay liaison, the LGBT gay liaison, for, the safe zone, which is, in my opinion, nothing more than a load of tripe and, propaganda. Like I said, today marks 1 week, and asked me if I have been contacted. The answer will be no. Anyway, the reason I'm continuing is to continue to show the farce, the inhumanity, the lack of compassion, the lack of respect, the lack of honesty, everything that proves that it's not a safe zone. I'm here to set up a meeting with this LGBT liaison to show the videos and discuss the issues. You might want to ask yourself, why is it that they don't want the meeting? Could it be the same reason, that the chief of police, the police commissioners, the rigged methodology in which, they proclaim that they want things to be correct and fixed, when in all actuality they do not. They simply risk manage it, they delay, they defer, they don't answer, they don't respond, they don't provide any humanity. Well, this all comes down to, a matter of trust. The same thing with the medical community. And as you'll note, if you've looked at the videos, I was falsely and illegally 5150'd at Northern Station. And, I went ahead and sunshined the Department of Public Health, followed up on going to San Francisco General in order to get my medical records, only to be falsely arrested there again. The consistent interlace failures, the flow charted into oblivion and doom is beyond obvious. It's set to fail. They're set to send you to places that don't work, dead-end referrals. If you've been watching the videos, learn the games, learn the inhumanity, and learn that they don't care. The other thing is that, I wish to discuss with this LGBT liaison just exactly what is the scope of his job, if, I can show him that the definitional meanings of everything that is stated in this propaganda poster is absolute tripe. Also, I want to bring up to him the prior incidents of having looked for the LGBT liaison at the chief of police, and naturally what that meant. I want to discuss with him what his, interpretation of the definitions are, and I want to also discuss with him, whether this is hype versus results, as far as the LGBT, the safe zone, the trust. Like I said before, if you've been watching the videos, you've noticed that my handling, or should I say mishandling, with just this one aspect of the LGBT gay liaison, they've continued to use the common tactics that have been used at each and every other failing agency: the delay, the no response, the no follow-up, the no results. Now remember, it's like I told you, I have already been falsely 5150'd at Northern Station, and, I did sunshine, and, I've continued to do everything in the correct method, but unfortunately if the method is set up to fail, you really can't go from there. Anyway, here I am. Once again, the propaganda is still in the window. Ask yourself, why have I not been contacted in over a week now? Also, in addition to that, go back and look at the videos on the LGBT liaison, and you'll see this has been going on for quite some time now. Yes, what a wicked web we weave when we intend to deceive. So let us go forward with this. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. The other day when I was in, you asked me not to video record you, but you never answered my question as to whether it was illegal or not.
I'm not sure, so yeah, thank you. How can we help you today?
So can you find out so that you can answer the question for sure?
Oh, I can find out for you.
Wonderful. I was in last week for the LGBT gay liaison. I've not been contacted. Surprise, surprise, surprise. So I, of course, am the person who is following up. Well, isn't it wonderful when a system is rigged, corrupt, unaccountable, produces no results, yet continues to spill, the falsities, the fallacies?
All right, let me see if I can find out for you.
Wonderful. Now, mind you, I was told that these cameras record. You know, I was also told the cameras recorded all the other police stations, contrary, like I said, to what I got when I requested the videos from the false, fraudulent 5150 at Northern Station. And of course, you know, when I requested the policies from San Francisco Legal, look at the videotapes, learn the games, learn the inhumanity and the impunity with which they do it. And to this date still, you know, haven't had that properly resolved. Watch the Ministry of Sunshine tapes to learn how each and every agency is complicit with the other, the interlacing of nothing but doom failure. He's the liaison officer again, because I was told Mr. Avery somebody was the officer by the last person I spoke to on the 7th.
I did confirm that.
So you did confirm it's Lattig now? And of course I've written Mr. Lattig, you know, and you know, everything else about, you know, coming in and everything else. So would you leave him my email address and have him contact me via email to continue with this farce so that I can continue to prove that, you know, I'm trying to set up a meeting to hold, you know, this LGBT propaganda, shall we say, tribe, accountable, and, you know, go from there. The answer to my question as to whether it's illegal to videotape?
It is legal. I confirm that for you as well.
Oh, I thank you.
And your name is Jason Garza, correct?
Jason Grant Garza.
But your first and last name?
Correct, but that's my email address there. Can you explain to me why the last person who I was told... How convenient.
I don't know why. How am I supposed to explain why he gave you that name?
And how am I supposed to trust and believe when, you know, that's what I was given, and after a week it's I who am following up?
Sure. I don't know how to help you with that question.
Oh, well, I don't know how to help you with your question either, because one is interlaced with the other.
Leave it. All I can say is the information I'm telling you today, I verified for you.
Well, that's not a problem. I will continue to do the right thing and follow up in an incorrect society that's not accountable. Right. Have a nice day. God bless. Enjoy yourself. Bye. So as you can tell, folks, the games, the propaganda, the BS continue. Now it's Mr. Lattig again. Well, you know, isn't it interesting, because when I have my paperwork for Mr. Lattig, you know, where, you know, I try to set up the meeting and everything, and he tries to defer me, another risk management tactic, to the Office of Citizens Complaints. When I write him back and tell him that, of course, that's naturally a dead end lead, you know, set to fail, and I've got the videotapes, and I'd love to come in and discuss them with him, and of course question him on the scope of his job description and what it all means, because, you know, if it's basically tripe, which produces no results, you know, well, then, you know, we need to go from there, because it becomes the issue of trust again. Now, are you loving the games? So, you know, after I wrote him and told him about OCC, he just wrote me back and said again, you know, go to OCC. So as you can see, you know, the dead end leads, the non-accountability, the non-responsibility, the continuation of hype, tripe, and propaganda, LGBT gay safe zone. I think it's up to you guys at YouTube to see this, and to please learn the pattern, the methodology, the risk management tactics which are being used, which have been used at each and every place to deny me my civility, my humanity, my, you know, inalienable rights. You know, it's wonderful. You know, what a wonderful premise. I guess it's pretty much the same premise, you know, as Utah is using against, you know, gay couples. Oh, well, you know, we just can't have this, you know, and of course the shall we say, pussyfooting around the issue by the Supreme Court. You know, excuse me, either we're equal or we're not. Either all men were created equal or they weren't. Either we have equal protection or we don't. You know, 20 years of DOMA, you know, the most educated, sophisticated men, you know, 25 or however many years ago during the Clinton administration decided to create DOMA. How much more of a stab do gay people need through their, you know, immortal souls? You know, and then 20 years later for the Supreme Court to willy-nilly say, well, you know, that was terribly wrong. Was there no Supreme Court? Was there no, you know, professionalism? Was there no legal analysts, you know, during the Clinton administration? Or was it basically what it's been all along? another, methodology to keep oppressed, to keep scapegoating, to deny, people their American constitutional, civil, humane rights? I believe the answer is quite clear. In addition to being buttressed with policies and bullshit propaganda like we're experiencing here with the LGBT Gay Liaison. So, live, learn, and continue to have your eyes wide open, because I will continue. So, shall we see if I get contacted by Mr. Lattig? Let me tell you, I will continue. Yes, just as I've done before, go to my own private Guantanamo.com to see a signed confession from the city after having had, their illegalities thrown out of federal court, and what the follow-up to that has been. Mind you, once again, read, educate, and the most important thing of all, as I told you before, in computer programming, for a program to be complete and to be successful and to produce valid results, there's 3 functions when you're programming: read, write, and verify. All this tripe, all this propaganda, here is the verification that it is just that. How long does it take to get an LGBT liaison to show your videos, to question the methodology? Oh, it probably takes as long as it took for me to try to get a meeting with the chief of police, which I still do not have. Learn the games.